The U.S. military says 3 American soldiers were killed today in a rocket or mortar attack in Baghdad's Sadr City. That area has been the scene of intense fighting recently between Shiite militiamen and multinational forces. Battles in the neighborhood on Sunday left more than 3 dozen suspected militants dead. Correspondent Melanie Bauer reports.
We're taking pot shots. We'll keep driving through unless it's sustained contact, then we'll action on.
Every day for the last month, U.S. soldiers from the 168 Silver Lions have gone into Sadr City, and every day they come under attack.
Groups will come out with RPGs, machine guns, and engage U.S. forces and Iraqi army willingly in the streets.
Yesterday was no different. U.S. troops killed 38 militants, some of the fiercest fighting in weeks. The 168 fought in the deadliest battle of the day, killing 22 gunmen who attacked a checkpoint. Since the Iraqi government began a crackdown on Shia groups loyal to radical cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, militias have repeatedly shelled the Green Zone, fired on U.S. and Iraqi troops, and targeted Americans with the deadliest type of roadside bombs, called explosively formed penetrators, or EFPs. Soldiers on the ground have little doubt where those weapons come from.
It's mostly EFPs, those Iranian IEDs that everyone hears about, and if you get hit by one of those in a truck, it's going to be a bad day as opposed to just a normal IED, which, you know, you could roll through.
I have seen weapons that have been manufactured in Iran. Yes.
Well, how do you know that?
Because they have markings on them that say they were made in Iran.
Lieutenant Colonel Mike Papel says he cannot elaborate on what else he knows about the Iranian influence in his area. He and part of his unit operate from an abandoned shopping mall in eastern Baghdad, with satellite bases scattered deeper in some of the city's most hostile neighborhoods.
Part of the strategy of the surge was to move U.S. troops off large bases and into smaller command outposts like this one, Cop Ford, here at the edge of Sadr City. The idea is to get a better sense of the neighborhood and who the enemy is.
The U.S. military refers to the enemy in Sadr City as special groups, criminal gangs that have broken away from the Sadr movement. Top U.S. officials carefully avoid blaming the violence directly on Sadr's Mahdi army, known as Jaish al-Mahdi, but some soldiers say there's significant overlap between the special groups and the Mahdi militia.
Are there people that will bounce back and forth between the two? I would say yes, there are.
Neighbors stay silent out of fear.
They definitely are pretty big on intimidating the locals around here, targeting the ISF, Iraqi security forces.
For these soldiers, the last few weeks have been dangerous and tense, but their commander says they never faltered.
We come out ahead against the enemy. If they want to attack us, we give it to them.
Near Sadr City, Baghdad, Melanie Bauer, Fox